Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. My name is Monica. In today's video, I'm going to go over the April new releases plus my TBR. So I can safely say that March went a little too fast, but it's okay. I had a week off and I needed that week off. I actually could have used at least another week. Anyway, I've been keeping my ear to the ground about what's coming out in April and so on. And so these are what's coming out in April, plus if there's an audiobook and everything, so you know the drill by now. So let's get into the books and then we'll get into my TBR. So starting off very strong on April 1st is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. It is going to have all the releases, and I think this one is not actually going to have a paperback. It's going to have a hardcover, and the narrators are going to be Christine Lakin and Matt Latner. And listen, Matt Latner, I used to watch the WB or the CW. He was on a couple of shows on that. So I'm really excited about that when you have no idea. Plus it's Abby Jimenez. So also on April 1st is A Duke Never Tells by Suzanne Enoch. This is a historical romance. I'm trying to get more into historical romances again because of all the stuff that's been going on with historicals. Like we're not having as many as we used to, and for what I understand, some of the series have been canceled, which is really, really sad. Anyway, so Susan Enoch is coming out with A Duke Never Tells on April 1st. Like I just said, it's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrators are Kimberly M. Wethrell and Jay Myers. And then on April 3rd is In Good Company by Kat Singleton. This is book one in the Pembroke Hill series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are Connor Crayas and Aaron Mallon, and I am so excited for that one. Also on April 3rd is The Nanny is Off Limits by QV Tyler. You know this is going to be steamy, and it's going to be taboo, and it's going to be all the goodness. Anyway, this one is going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrators are Stephen Dexter, and I'm sorry if I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. I'm definitely going to be butchering it, but it's Obayan, I think. I don't know, but hopefully I said it right. And then on April 8th is My Dark Fairy Tale by Gianna Darling. This is, I think, either a standalone or a new Mafia. I don't know. It's Gianna Darling. I'm gonna read it. Anyway, it's coming out with all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are CJ Bloom and Dane Anderson. And then on April 8th is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is book two in the Wicked Games series. I read Phantasma, gave it 4.5 stars. I'm excited for this one. The narrator is going to be Laura Horowitz. It's going to have all the releases, obviously, because I think this one was picked up to be traditionally published. And then also on April 8th is Wildest Dreams by LJ Shin. This is book two in the Forbidden Love series. This is going to have all the releases, audiobook, paperback, and ebook, and the narrators are Teddy Hamilton and Savannah Peachwood. Also on April 8th is House of Light by Maxim M. Martineau. This is going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook. I believe this one is traditionally published, and I believe it is a witch romance. The narrators are Alexandria Hunter and Stephen Dexter. On April 8th is Firebird by Juliet Cross. This is book one in the Fire That Binds series. This one is going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, or actually it's hardcover, and it's special edition hardcover. Audiobook and ebook, and the narrators are Blair Dade and Cale Williams. Now, this one I heard it was mismarketed, so you might want to check trigger warnings before going into this one. I heard it was master slave, and not in the BDSM type of way. This was actually, it was actually bought. So, but it's dragons. And it's based on ancient Rome. So just check before you want to dive into that one, okay? 10th is Wicked Love by Willow Asser. This is book four in the Single Dad's Playbook series. I have been loving this series a lot. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook. The narrators are J.F. Harding, Samantha Brentmore, and Lily D. Moore. So releasing on April 10th is Whispers and Wildfire by Claire Kingsley. This is book four in her Haven Brothers series. This is small town romantic suspense. I have been loving the series so much. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrators are going to be Aaron Mallon and Marco Catalano. And I am so excited for that book as well. Also on April 10th is Empty Nest by Tegan Hunter. This is book 4 in the Seattle Serpents series. This is a hockey romance, and I have been loving this series as well. It is very solid. I enjoyed Tegan Hunter's hockey romances. Anyway, this is coming out April 10th. As I had said, it's going to have paperback and ebook. I suspect there will be an audiobook, but it will probably come later. So just be on the lookout for that. Then there is a book that looks so freaking cute that's coming out on April 10th. It is called The Italian Break by Amy Lamb. This looks like it's a new author. This is her debut novel, okay? And I don't think it's going to have an audiobook, and I think it's indie published, but it looks so freaking cute. I'm going to definitely be checking this one out, even though it doesn't have an audiobook, because of that cover plus the blurb that I heard. I really want to check it out. And I mean, brand new author, so I want to give her some love. So on April 11th is Someday You Learn by Harlow James. This is book 4 in her Carrington Co. series. I gave the last book, which was the first Harlow James book I ever read, 5 stars because it was so good. So I'm really excited for this one. And it's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrators are going to be Teddy Hamilton and Emma Wilder. Then on April 15th is Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. This is book 4 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. This is going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, audiobook, and the narrators are going to be Connor Crayas, Bailey Carr, and Stella Hunter. And then on April 15th, it's Bridesmaids by Chance by Megan Quinn. This is in her Bridesmaid for Hire series. I think this is book 3-ish, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, audiobook. The narrators are going to be Vanessa Edwin and Jason Clark, and I love Jason Clark, so just saying. Then on April 15th is The Woman Left Behind. This is by Kristen Ashley. This one is book 4 in her Misted Pine series. I have read all the 3 previous books, and they're really good. They're romantic suspense. I suspect it's going to have an audiobook, but she has not announced it, so I can't tell you who the narrators are if there's going to be an audiobook, but I suspect there will be, because she did have them for the last 3. So anyway, moving on. On April 22nd is If You Stay by Brittany Cherry. Getting a new Brittany Cherry book. I'm actually pretty excited about this one too. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook. And the narrators are Marcella Cox and Winston James. On April 22nd is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is definitely traditionally published. And the narrator is Julia Whalen. And then on April 24th is The Prodigal Son by Sarah Kate. This is book 4 in the Good Brothers series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. We do not know who the narrators are. She said she's going to do the narrator announcement, I think, on March 30th. And I'm getting this out before March 30th. So when I know, just check in my community tab. I'll link who the narrators are going to be for that. She does do really good narrators. So it could be Jacob Morgan. It could be Connor Craze. It could be anybody. Anyway, just saying. All right, moving on. Then on April 28th is His Juliet by Emilia Rossi. This is book 2 in the Empire of Royals series. This is the second book in his Tesoro was the first one, and I love that one. It's going to have ebook and paperback. I don't know about an audiobook. I think we might get an audiobook, and it might come later, but I'm excited about that one too. So releasing on April 29th is King of Envy by Anna Wong. This is book 5 in her King of Sin series, and you know I will be reading this, right? Like, I love Anna Wong. She is one of my favorite authors. Anyway, it's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, audiobook, and the narrators are Jason Clark and Nia Serge. Then on April 29th is Destructively Mine by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 2 in the Webs We Weave series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, ebook. The narrators are Erin Shedlock and Carly Robbins. Then on April 29th is Enigma by Rue Nix. This actually looks pretty good. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, audiobook. The narrators are Aiden Snow and Jacqueline Kelso. Then on April 29th is Taming the Heart by Elliot Rose. This is book 3 in the Crimson Ridge series. The first 2 just really were released in audiobook. I haven't read them, but I definitely want to read them. So I have to see what I think on the first two before I even commit to that, to the third one. So anyway, those are what are releasing in April. Let's go to my TBR. So the first book I will be reading, and it is a reread. It is The Collector by Nora Roberts, Jess from Peace Love Books on her Patreon. We do a Nora read-along or readathon or book club. I guess I'm calling it a book club. We read a Nora book every month, okay? And I've already read The Collector, and I remember good portions of it, but I don't remember everything. So it will be interesting to see what I remember and what I think of it again. So, and then the next book that I'm going to be reading, and it's for the historical Hellions, it's Rendezvous by Amanda Quick. I am enjoying Amanda Quick's backlist. I'm very slowly going through her backlist. So anyway, and then I will be reading, this is on my new releases for 2025 TBR, and it's Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Obviously, I was going to read this, and obviously I will be listening to the audiobook. It's Christine Lakin from Step by Step, because I used to watch that when I was a kid. It was my sisters would put it on because they liked Step by Step. And then Matt Latner, I think he was on 90210, the remake, and I know there was a Alien TV show he was on. Anyway, yeah, so I will be listening to the audiobook, obviously, because I love the narrators, because I love the mass actors, because I remember them. They were part of my childhood. Anyway, or tween years, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, and the next book that I'm going to be reading is also on the same new release part 1 TBR for 2025, and it is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. So yes, I will absolutely be reading that. And I am going to be obviously reading Whispers and Wildfire by Claire Kingsley. I am so excited for this book to come into my hands. I need it now. Same with King of Envy by Anna Wong. This one I was going to put on that new release list, but I put her sports romance in October instead, because I don't really want to overload. I think the only one I did that for was like Nora, and it's because it's Nora. But I'm probably in 2026 I won't do that again, where I try not to repeat authors if I can help it. So anyway, then I am going to be reading Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. I really loved Phantasma. I'm so excited for Enchantra. You have no idea. And of course, I am reading My Dark Fairy Tale by Gianna Darling. I think it's Mafia. You know what? A mysterious man rescues her from near death. A young woman finds herself in the throes of a dark and dangerous storybook romance where pleasures reign, but happy endings are no guarantee. For all my life, Italy has called to me just as strongly as my father forbids me to go. But now I'm making my own way, spending a summer in his homeland before I accept the life my parents have planned for me. All those plans come to a screeching halt the moment I meet him. Raffaele Romano. Okay. So Raffaele, everyone knows me as the capo of the Camorra, a notorious mafioso in northern Italy, but she makes me remember who I used to be before I became this monster. For her, I could be so much more, but she can never know the truth about who I am. She's falling in love with me, but if she discovered the truth about what the monster is capable of, about the things I've done, she'd never believe in happily ever after again. Okay, yes, Gianna Darling is really, really good at darker romances, and this is Mafia. I love her MC series. I mean, come on, look. Anyway, so yes, I will be reading that one too. And the last book I'm going to read is In Good Company by Kat Singleton. This actually has some really good ratings coming out of the gate so far. It is okay, so this one is set in an exclusive country club in the Hamptons. It's an ex-brother billionaire private chef forced proximity romance. I'm sold. Listen, I've wanted to try Kat Singleton for a while. I have her on one of my backlist TBRs, but this really honestly sounds up my alley. So those are the new releases that are coming in April, as well as my TBR, the books I am committing to. Only 9 books. Let me know if you are excited for any of them. And if I missed one, please let me know down below and let me know all the things. And if you made it this far in this video and you want to let me know that you're here, please leave me a blue heart emoji, because that's just what popped into my head. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.